notice what I said at first, but anyways, if you're not new here, thank you for coming back. Oh my god, you must enjoy me. I enjoy you too. Anyways, my name's not Creations, but for the sake of the channel, I'm Creations. um, anyways, so as you can tell by the title of the video, today I'm gonna be reading some. I'm so sorry if you can hear my boyfriend snoring. This has really good noise cancellation, so you probably can't. But yeah, today, as you can tell by the title of the video, we're gonna be doing a I don't know what I'm titling it, probably like Unsolved Mysteries. I think I said I'm gonna go for Unsolved Mysteries, so that's what we're gonna do. So let's just get into the video. I have 3 stories to read. I wrote all of these down by hand, by myself, front and back, 3 pages, okay? 3 1/4. So, because I don't have, like, my iPad is broken, so I don't have nothing to, like, read it off of, and I'm recording on my phone, so I had to write it off of my phone onto this notebook, and, yeah, let's just get into the video. The first story, The Ghost of the Stanley Hotel. The Stanley Hotel, and I should have did like a dry run of this before I started. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado has been around for more than 100 years, and it was built as a posh getaway for the wealthy, seeking solitude in the mountains. I forgot to say that, like, the stories are gonna get, like, a little bit more gruesome as we go along. It's not, like, horrifying, but the details just get a little bit more. Each story is a little bit more in depth with the details, and just each one is worse than the last, kind of. Okay. Anyway, as the years passed, however, occupancy declined, and by the 1970s, the Grand Hotel had fallen into disrepair. It was around that time that famed author Stephen King spent the night there and was inspired to write the book The Shining. The book and blockbuster film helped return the Stanley to his former glory. Now, guests come in droves to see the hotel that inspired one of the scariest horror movies of all time. Given its history, it should come as no surprise that many visitors report strange happenings. Aware of the ghostly rumors, Texas resident Henry Yu booked a last-minute getaway in April of 2016 to check it out. After arriving, Yu had dinner, then wandered around the Stanley to take photos. Stopping at the staircase, he waited for people to clear the area, then took the picture, thinking nothing of it. Later that night, however, Yu felt seriously ill. I felt really sick. I had the shivers. I was like, something's really wrong, he tells Today.com. His companion suggested he go to the emergency room, but Yu refused. On the trip home, Yu began swiping through the photos he'd taken when he discovered what he said was a really, really strange image of someone standing on the stairs, except no one had been there. The next day, he posted the photo on Instagram, half joking that he captured a ghost and the world took notice. Almost overnight, Hugh found himself in the limelight with his ghost picture, warranting attention from global media outlets and paranormal experts who wanted to examine the photo. Some experts say that there's 2 ghosts, and other people said that the reason I got sick was because the ghost was trying to materialize, taking energy out of me. He said, "There's so many theories about this, and does you think?" "I have no idea," he says with a laugh. That's it. All of these, I think I got all of these from the same website. Yes, I did. They're all from today.com. As you can tell, as they threw their own little plug-in in the story. Thought we was gonna get you. The body on Somerton Beach. Story number 2. The body on Somerton Beach. In December of 1948, a body was found in Somerton Beach in Adelaide, Australia. Adelaide, Australia. The body was a man who was dressed impeccably in a suit with the polished shoes, and his head was slumped against a wall. Authorities thought the case of death was heart failure or more likely poisoning, but no trace of poison was found in the autopsy. There wasn't a wallet or any type of identification on the man, and all the tags from his clothing were cut out. The fingerprints that the authorities took of him were also identifiable. They even put a photo of the body in the newspapers, and still no one could identify who the man was. Pause. I could not have grown up in the 1900s, literally putting the picture of a dead body in the newspaper for everybody to see. Like, back in the 1900s, the newspaper was the news, so they would go, like the newspaper boys, they would throw the newspapers on their front porches. Everybody would get the newspaper. Every single person, every morning would go to, and just imagine, you're like, oh, let's go check the daily news, read the comics, and like check out the sports section, shit like that. And on the cover, well, they didn't necessarily say it was on the cover, but I'm pretty sure a story like this, it was on the fucking cover, is a picture of a dead body. That is traumatizing. Imagine your kids going to get the mail for you and they see that. That's traumatizing. Like even now, like on the news, they don't even show that. Like they don't really show dead bodies on the news. I couldn't do it. But where was I? 4 months later, the detectives found a hidden pocket that was sewn on the inside of his trousers. Inside was a rolled up piece of paper from a rare book called the Rubaiyat. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. It didn't say what language that is or like what part of the world that's from. But yeah. But okay, so inside was a rolled up piece of paper from a rare book called the Rubaiyat. The piece of paper had the words "the mime shoot" on it, which means it has ended. After months of looking for the exact book, authorities decided to bury the Somerton man without identification. Although a cast was taken of the bust, I don't know what this part means. Please explain. Like, did they like cast his body so that, like, no matter how much time went on, they'll be able to, like, what does that mean? What do you mean a cast was taken of the bust? The bust I thought was the chest, so he just took a cast of his chest. I'm confused. Okay, but anyways, and he was embalmed to preserve him. 8 months later, a man walked into the police station. He claimed that just after the body was found, he found a copy of the Rubaiyat in the back of his car that he kept parked near Somerton Beach. He thought nothing of it until he read about the search in a newspaper article. Sure enough, the book had a part of the final page that was torn, and it matched the piece of paper that was found in the Somerton man's trousers. Inside the book, there was a phone number and some sort of strange code. The phone number led the authorities to a woman named Jessica Thompson, who lived nearby. During her interview, she was very evasive and even claimed she was going to faint when she saw the bust of the Somerton man. The chest of him, like, I'm confused. But denied knowing him. However, she said she did sell the book to a man named Alfred Boxtel. I can't read my own handwriting. My hand was getting so tired. I was like tired of writing, honestly. Like my hand was so tired. Okay. To the man named okay. However, she said she did sell the book to a man named Alfred Boxtel. Unfortunately, Alfred Boxtel was still very much alive at that time and still had the copy of the Rubaiyat that Jessica had sold him. The code found ended up being even more unhelpful. As of today, it has still yet to be cracked. To this day, the man on Somerton Beach has yet to be identified. Yep. Yep. So basically, they just found this man that was just dead, slumped against the side of like some rocks or something. And they figured the cause of death might have been heart failure or something, but they could never identify the man. I'm really sorry if y'all can hear those beeping noises outside. People are being very rude. Anyways, and yeah, a man. They found a piece of a book in his pocket. The man found that book in his car. He took the book to the police station because it was missing part of a page that matched the page that they put in the newspaper. But here's my thing. They didn't think that he did it. I'm sorry. Okay, it would make sense that the person who sold the book's phone number is gonna be, in the book. Nobody looked into the man that brought the book and it's just like, oh, I brought this book out of my car. Like, it's missing this piece of paper. This piece of the fucking book is missing and it matches the. Like, nobody looked into him. Like, I'm confused. I'm confused. Why did they just automatically rule out murder? Like, I would have looked into that man because he was never identified. Like, I would have looked into that man. Anyways, because why would they leave that little piece of, you know what I mean? It just didn't make sense. Anyways, story number 333. The Black Dahlia. On January 15th, 1947, the remains of 22-year-old Elizabeth Short, aka the Black Dahlia, were found on the block of 3800 S Norton Avenue. I'm guessing S stands for South. In Los Angeles, the body was cut in half and so pale and drained of blood that the woman who found the body mistook it for a mannequin at first. The body was cut with surgical precision, leaving no trauma to be. The body was cut with what the fuck? The body was cut in half and so pale and drained of blood that the woman who found the body mistook it for a mannequin at first. The body was cut with surgical precision, leaving no trauma to internal organs and bones. Her face was also cut from her mouth to her ears, leaving an eerie, permanent smile. There was no blood on the ground, making it believed that the body was moved after she had been murdered. 9 days after she was discovered, an envelope was sent to the examiner addressed by using individual cut and pasted shorts, social security card, birth certificate, photographs, names written on pieces of paper, and and an address book with pages missing, and the name Mark Hansen embossed on the cover. Gasoline was used to clean the objects, removing the fingerprints. On March 14th, a suicide note scrawled in pencil on a bit of paper was found tucked in a shoe in a pile of men's clothing by the ocean's edge at the foot of Breeze Avenue in Venice. The note read, "To whom it may concern, I have waited for the police to capture me for the Black Dahlia killing, but have not. I am too much of a coward to turn myself in, so this is the best way out for me. I couldn't help myself for that or this. Sorry, Mary." The pile of clothes was first seen by the beach caretaker, who reported the discovery to the lifeguard captain, John Dillon. Dillon immediately notified the West Los Angeles police station. The clothes included a coat and trousers of blue herringbone tweed, and a brown and white shirt, white jockey shorts, tan socks, and tan moccasin shoes, about size 8. However, the clothes gave no clue about the identity of their own. Although many suspects were named, no authorities were able to identify the Black Dahlia's killer, and the mystery has gone unsolved for over 70 years. Here's my theory. I think that maybe he thought he'd get caught sooner or later. Clearly later than sooner. And he had to cover his tracks. And he had a long time clearly to think about a plan on how to get away with this. And I think that his plan was to pretend to commit suicide because nobody could identify it. Nobody could know. Nobody knew who did it. There was no witnesses or nothing. It's not like they had a name or a face or anything to go off of. So it would be very easy for someone you've never seen to fake their own death and still continue to walk around among people. And I'm sure, because this was back in the 1900s, that they didn't take much, they didn't put in as much effort. Like, it was like, oh, it's very clear. There's a suicide note. There's clothes on the beach. Like, it's very set in stone what happened. This is the facts. This is what happened. But again, it's gone unsolved for 70 years. So clearly, you guys didn't do enough work. Okay. But that is the end of the video. I have read 3 stories. If you guys want to hear me read more stories, or if you want to send in your own stories, spooky stories, regular stories, or whatever, for me to read, you can, I guess you can DM me on Instagram, the Maximum Creation. It'll be in the description box below if I remember to put it this time. I forgot to put it in my last video.